Welcome to The Source, where we combine the headlines with in-depth conversations with the newsmakers themselves. I'm Pinky Webb. Today on the program, it's all systems go for the May 9 polls. Are there still concerns from election watchdogs? And what are the things voters should remember on Election Day? Comelec Spokesperson James Jimenez, PPCRV chairperson emeritus Tita De Villa, and NAMFREL chairman Gus Lagman join us live. The Commission on Elections assures the public there will be no failure of elections. The poll body says they have laid down all contingency measures to make sure that Monday's elections will proceed smoothly. Comelec is also confident there will be no brownouts on May 9th after getting assurance from the Energy Department. Let's go straight to the source of the story. We have Commission on Elections spokesperson James Jimenez. Director James, welcome to the source. Thank you so much for your time. Let me already begin my questioning. I want to start with the paraphernalia. We have what, Director James, 65.7 million registered voters. If
That's right.
Okay, so that's accurate, 65.7. How many ballots have been distributed so far for the May 9 elections?
Well, all of the ballots have been distributed already, and they're waiting at the municipal treasurers. And all that's really left to do is for them to be withdrawn by the boards of election inspectors on the day of elections themselves. So all of the ballots are there.
How many ballots are we talking about?
The exact same number of voters that we have, 65.7
Ganun
million.
din po. Kung anong registered voters, yun din po yung balota.
That's right.
Yeah, because some might ask what happens if there are spoiled ballots or questionable ballots. I guess we have to go to the part where you don't expect 100% voter turnout anyway.
Well, okay. So, kung may mga spoiled ballots na yan, sisirain yan after the elections. No? They will be destroyed after the elections. As far as the voters on voting day are concerned, they will each receive a ballot. As you said, hindi naman 100% ang voting turnout natin. So, there will always be some ballots that will be available for the voters, just in case some ballots are need to be replaced.
Apa, okay. So, in case magka-problema, they can be replaced doon po sa presinto. What is the, well, I don't know if this is a fair question, but yung pong expected number of voters in terms of percentage, because I believe in 2016, let's compare it back then, because it was the presidential elections, I think it was about an 82% turnout. Are you expecting a higher turnout this election?
Right. Before I get to that, I'd just like to circle back to the ballots being made available. I'd just like to point out, Ms. Pinky, that ballots are not very easily replaced on election day. The voter has to prove na hindi niya kasalanan na kailangan na palitan yung balota. Because if a voter makes a mistake in filling up the ballot, for example, they put a mark there that they didn't intend to, hindi po yan dahilan to replace the ballot. So, again, it will have to be something that's not the fault of the voter, if ever the ballot is to be replaced. Now, as far as the voter turnout is concerned,
Sir, sorry,
yes,
very clear. Thank you for clearing that up because talagang it's one ballot per voter eh. Yan ho talaga,
That's
1:1 lang yan.
Opo.
So kung kami po ang well, not me, no, because I already voted, well, if the public, sila po ang magkamali on their own, intentionally or unintentionally, it cannot be replaced. But if they examine the ballots, Director James, and they see some issues, maybe something's been shaded or what is most important talaga dito, Director James, tingnan nila yung balota, hindi ho ba? Front and back. It
Tama
needs
po.
to
And
be...
they should do that, Ms. Pinky, kapag inabot na yung balota sa kanila and not after. Kasi pag tinanggap na nila yung balota, tapos mamayang konti bumalik sila, ay may shade yung balota ko. Hindi po yan tatanggapin, no? So please examine the ballot when it is given to you the first time and check to make sure that it is unmarked on both sides. Only when you're sure na unmarked siya, dun mo lang siya tatanggapin.
So don't walk away once the ballot is given to you. Hindi ho ba? Kasi the tendency is once you get it, lalayo ka na eh. Tingnan nyo na muna yung balota, front and back. If that takes
Yes po.
time, pasensyahan na lang po, but that's one thing you need to do para po maibalik nyo sakaling may problema. Okay. So, voter turnout, I believe 82% during the 2016 presidential elections are expecting a higher turnout this time.
We're expecting a high turnout. Yes. Historically, kapag merong pandemya, no, like for example, doon sa mga iba't ibang halalan na naganap during the pandemic, talaga across the world matataas ang mga turnout. Kahit dito sa atin, when we had the plebiscite in March, turnout exceeded expectations, and we expect the same now. Probably in the 80s as well.
Okay. What about the vote counting machines? I believe over 106,000 VCMs have been distributed. Are there any more VCMs, sir, first, that need to be deployed?
Wala na po. In fact, we're doing the final testing and sealing until the 7th, until this Saturday. So that means all of the machines are where they're supposed to be, and they're being tested now to make sure that on election day, they work.
And that's what we've been seeing in the news, yung pong tinatawag na final testing and sealing. Commissioner Casquejo was saying there were about 355 defective VCMs, sir?
Yes, that's right. About 300 plus. And that's a very minuscule amount considering the number of voting machines in play. And those machines are now being looked at, being repaired at our various repair hubs. So we're making sure that even though they failed the FTS, that they will still be ready to be used later on as contingency devices.
But surely the 355 will either be fixed or completely replaced.
Yes.
How much backup VCMs do you have?
We have almost 2,000 backup VCMs scattered across the country. This is strategically placed throughout the country in several deployment hubs.
Okay, and then there's more. It's not just the ballots, it's not just the VCMs, but the external batteries, and of course, the
Yes.
ballot boxes. Tell us more about these. Ano ho ba tong external batteries?
Yung external batteries, yun yung kasama ng ating VCM, and we allocate them per VCM to make sure na kunyari magkaroon ng problema sa kuryente, merong uninterruptible power yung ating VCM, which means that the VCM will continue operating dahil nga meron silang baterya. Now we are we're sending batteries together with the VCMs, and in some places we're even bolstering the power, the electricity in some areas by facilitating gensets, no? Generator sets na magagamit ng mga lugar na yon para may kuryente din sila.
Yun po ang tanong if the DOE is saying siguradong walang brownout, ang tanong ho ng iba, bakit may genset daw, sir?
Because ayaw naman nating, you know, just to put it bluntly, we don't want to put all of our eggs in one basket. Siyempre, di ba? Kahit may assurance and we're very confident with the assurance of the DOE, siyempre, we want to make sure na talagang, again, for any unforeseen circumstance, ready po dapat ang halalan.
Alam naman po natin ang halalan, you know, it happens during summer, ano po, every 3 years or every 6 years, no? What about, were these VCMs, again, tested enough to be able to stand extreme heat at saka siguro yung tao sa loob po ng mga presinto?
Definitely. Before we release these VCMs, meron tayong mga battery of tests at kasama po dyan yung tinatawag nating stress testing. Meaning to say, we operate them under very stressful conditions for the machine. Kasama po dyan yung mainit. No? So, expected na nga natin kasi na it's this time of the year. So, we've also prepared in that direction.
Okay, in areas po na dinudumog, alam naman po natin may mga areas na napakarami ng tao, no? Let's say, Director James, naging mabagal yung proseso ng pagboto. What happens to those who are unable to vote and it's already 7 p.m.?
Nako, one of the things that we always say is that the 7 p.m. deadline really is extendable, no? Kapag may tao pa dyan sa polling place natin at naghihintay bumoto by 7 p.m., itutuloy lang po natin ang botohan hanggang ma-serve natin lahat. Okay? Voting is from 6 a.m. 6 in the morning until 7 p.m. Pero kapag may tao pa dyan, mag-i-extend naman po tayo.
Okay, so sigurado po yun. If you're already there at sabihin po, ay hindi pwede, sarado na ng 7 p.m., no. you are going to be able to vote? Because hindi ho ba, Director James, merong a certain meters na layo mo doon sa presinto para kahit na po cut-off ay maaari ka pa rin makaboto?
Yes po, at around 30 meters. But in general naman kasi nagka-cluster naman yung mga tao sa area na yon, and we have managed queues. So kung kayo ay nakapila na, then ma-identify naman kayo.
All right. Just one quick question. Any update on that report in a village in Samar kung saan po supposedly yung barangay captain ay pinigilan yung mga poll watchers ni Lenny Robredo and Kiko Pangilinan from entering, sir?
We've referred that to our local officials and we're awaiting their report as of today.
All right. Let me just also do a follow-up because the Comelec already said that the dominant majority party will be PDP and the dominant minority will be the Nacionalista Party. Ang tanong po, sino ho ba yung PDP laban?
That will be resolved in the next few days. Pero right now, yan po ang nakalagay sa resolution namin, PDP laban po.
But Director James, it needs to be resolved. It's already Friday. Yes. The elections is on Monday, hindi ho ba? Dapat siguro, can we expect maybe a decision by today, you think?
Nung tinanong po si Commissioner Garcia dyan, medyo naghihintay na lang din po tayo ng resolution from the bank. So, malapit na po yan.
All right. Comelec Spokesperson James Jimenez, sir, thank you for your time and good luck to all of us on Monday, May 9. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
And what are the concerns and challenges on Monday's elections? NAMFREL Chairman Gus Lagman and PPCRV Chairperson Emeritus Tita De Villa will join us after the break. Stay tuned. You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. I'm Pinky Webb. Our sources today, National Citizens Movement for Free Elections, or NAMFREL Chairman Gus Lagman, and Parish Pastoral Council for Responsible Voting, or PPCRV Chairperson Emeritus Tita De Villa. Mr. Lagman, Ambassador Tita, welcome to The Source. First, magtatanong na po ako para ma-maximize po natin ang oras. To those probably asking, briefly tell us, Mr. Lagman, what is the role of NAMFREL? And after that, Ambassador Tita, what is the role of PPCRV? Go ahead, Mr. Lagman.
The task assigned to us by Comelec is basically the random manual audit. So we're prepared for that. We've been doing that since 2010. So it's not something that's new to us. And also the good thing about that is that we don't need as many people as we used to deploy, no? Because it's only a random manual audit. We choose 759 precincts out of the 65,000 precincts, or 106,000.
Yeah.
But we only choose, with the help of the Philippine Statistics Authority, 759 out of them, and those we will manually tabulate the ballots and compare them with the official automated results of the Comelec.
Let's go to Ambassador Tita De Villa, the role of PPCRV.
Hi, Pinky. Since before, PPCRV as the accredited citizens arm of Comelec, tatlo yung mandato sa amin eh. Tatlo yung tungkulin. First, voters education, especially in far-flung areas that Comelec cannot reach. Second, monitoring the conduct of election in every clustered polling precinct. Bawat 100,000 plus clustered precinct, merong isang PPCRV poll watcher. Ang pangatlo, to conduct the unofficial parallel count of the elections. Yung we receive the electronic result, electronic count, hinahambing namin ito sa hard copy nung fourth copy ng election returns na print ng BCM right after voting at hindi pa dumadaan for transmission to other canvassing levels. Ika nga dun eh, if I may use the term, virgin electoral reform, election returns.
Returns.
Yun,
Opo.
ginagawa namin, binabash, dinadaan ulit sa computer to see ang accuracy. At pag accurate, inahambing ito dun sa electronic count na natatanggap sa Transparency Media server.
I
Yung
see.
tatlong yon ang tungkulin ng PPCRV. Mabigat, napakadami.
Opo. And I want to go focus first, Ambassador Tita De Villa, doon po sa tinatawag na voters education. Kayo na po magsabi, ano ho ba ang gagawin ng ating mga botante, especially the first-time voters? What should they do and what should they bring? What should they think of during election day?
Unang-una, ang sasabihin ko, natutuwa ako, ang daming first-time voters eh. Unang-una, huwag kayong manervyos kasi the other day I was interviewed and merong first-time voter, ninenervyos daw siya. Huwag kang nervyosin. Excited ka dapat kasi imagine, first time, ikaw ay magiging voice of the people, voice ng kabataan. So first of all, magdasal ka, no? Mag-almusal ka kung maaga kang pupunta. And then, bring a ball pen. Hindi yun yung pangmamarka mo sa balot. Hindi. Pero yun ang pampipirma mo dun sa book, sa EDCVL, yung listahan ng mga botante. Pagtanggap mo ng balota mo, kailangan pumirma ka. Yung ball pen mo ang pampirma mo. Pero sa balota, iba. Ang balota, ang gagamitin mo, yung bigay ng Comelec. Okay? So, pasok ka sa voting center mo, alam mo na yung dapat ngayon, pumunta ka sa Voters Assistance Desk. Doon, bago ka nga pala pumunta ron, kukunan ka ng temperature, no? Kahit na palagay mo, ang lagnat mo, ang temperature mo, 37.5, hindi ka pipigilan bumoto. Dadaling ka lang sa ibang lugar para kung sakali man meron kang COVID o may simptoma ka ng COVID o may lagnat ka o kung ano, hindi mo hahawahan yung iba. Pero makakaboto ka. Tandaan mo yon, makakaboto ka. So, after that, pupunta ka sa Voters Assistance Desk, tatanungin mo doon ang iyong presinto to make sure kung hindi mo pa alam, no? At tapos pumunta ka na sa polling precinct mo. Yung numero ng polling precinct mo, pumunta ka na doon. At pag turn mo na, bibigyan ka ng electoral board, yung isa doon, bibigyan ka ng balota. Bago ka umalis, nasabi kanina yan ni James Jimenez, no? Bago ka umalis, revisahin, examine maigi yung balota na walang marka, wala pang shade, front and back. Ngayon, kung okay, walang marka, walang shade, pumunta ka na sa lugar mo kung saan ka boboto. At doon, ang advice ko, bago ka bumoto, bago ka pumunta nga pala sa voting center mo, may kodigo ka na sana. Lista mo na kung sino yung mga napili mong iboboto mo. Lista mo na para hindi ka mag-aksaya ng panahon na doon ka pa pipili. Baka magkamali ka pa. Okay? Sa presidente, isa lang ang isi-shade mo. Sa vice-presidente, isa lang din. Pag sumobra, hindi mabibilang ang boto mo para dun sa posisyon kung saan ka sumobra. Para sa mga senador, 12. 12. Kung hindi mapuno ang 12, okay lang. Pero wag sosobra. Pag sumobra ka, naging 13, lahat ng binoto mo, hindi na mabibilang. Okay? Okay, ganon. Tsaka,
party list.
Yung balot, wag yung shade, yung itlog, yung oval. Wag mo lalagyan ng check o cross. Hindi mabibilang yun eh. Talagang i-shade mo, no? I-shade mo ng mahusay. At mag-ingat ka na wag mong mamarkahan ang kahit na anong parte ng balota. Wag mong lalagyan ng heart, wag mong lalagyan ng flower, o kung ano, hindi na mabibilang yung balota mo.
Okay.
At pagkatapos nun, basahin mo ulit, at tapos, ilagay mo na. Ilagay mo na sa BCM. And always, as I say, manalangin. Manalangin.
I want to ask Mr. Lagman if they have any concerns. NAMFREL, does NAMFREL have any concerns on the upcoming elections? But we need to take a very short break. We will be right back. You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. Our guest today, NAMFREL Chairman Gus Lagman and PPCRV Chairperson Emeritus Tita De Villa. Mr. Lagman, I wanted to find out from you, any concerns on May 9? Meron ho ba kayo nakikitang problema in terms of the VCMs, the server, the source code, etc.?
Well, the only thing that's really new in this election is that it's a pandemic. And so Comelec had to institute some changes, like merong special room para doon sa mga matitest na medyo mainit, over 37 degrees, at ilalagay sila doon sa kwarto niyo. Pati yung mga those who are not feeling well will also be put or escorted to that special room. Other than that, that's just about the thing that I can remember.
Opo.
It's different from the previous elections.
Yeah. In terms of the vote counting machines, according to Commissioner Casquejo, there were about 355 that were defective. Either they're being fixed or they could be replaced. In terms of those, yung pong mga technical aspect, BCM, servers, source codes, and in layman's terms, sir, do you have any concerns or issues so far?
None. It seems that the Comelec is prepared to they have alternate solutions when there are problems. For example, if one of the VCMs does not function, then there's a spare VCM that can replace that. And while that's going on, the one that's defective is going to be fixed. They will have, I think, 1,000 extra VCMs that will be deployed in different parts of the country to precisely for that reason, to replace those which are defective, while the defective ones are being fixed by their technical people.
Right. Ambassador Tita, you were talking about what to do, no? Thank you for giving all that information. But there are also questions on, number one, what if you can't find your name? And then isasama ko na rin po yung, pwede ba daw gamitin yung mga cellphones at pwedeng dalhin sa loob ng presinto?
Naku, tama yan, Pinky. I forgot to tell that. That's why I said magdala ng kodigo kasi hindi pwede gamitin ng cellphone sa loob ng polling precinct. Sasabihin mo, bubuksan mo, doon mo titignan yung kandidato mo, hindi. Kasi baka magamit yon, kuna ng retrato ng botante, yung kanyang balota, you will be suspected of vote selling, yung ganon, no? So avoid that. At isa pang i-avoid, if you are a very, very avid campaigner of your candidate, of your chosen candidate, please, huwag kang magsusuot ng t-shirt o blusa o kahit na ano na merong muka o pangalan ng kandidato mo, no? Yung kulay, lahat naman ng kulay pag-aari ng mundo, pag-aari ng Panginoon, no? Pero wag na wag may pangalan because that is campaigning, no? The slogan of your candidate, no? Because that's campaigning and your attention will be called because that is not allowed. At yung cellphone, hindi maaaring gamitin sa loob ng polling precinct. At isa pang paalala ko, please, huwag kayong matetempt na tanggapin ang inaalok ng vote buyer. Huwag. Sabihin nyo naman, okay, tatanggapin ko, pero iboboto ko naman kung sinong gusto ko. Hindi. Kasi pag tumanggap kayo, complicit ka na eh. Kasabwat ka na dun sa wrongdoing, dun sa krimen at sa kasalanan. Yun ang mga paalala ko.
Thank you for that, Ambassador. Mr. Lagman, also I wanted to find out from you because lumabas nga po yung, I asked Director James about this a while ago, yung dominant majority and dominant minority parties, which would be the PDP Laban and still unresolved by the Comelec, and then the dominant minority is the Nationalista Party. Do you see any issues with this, any problems with this, knowing it's already a Friday and the issue has not been resolved?
Yeah, it's a bit late because if I were the political party, I will need time to prepare, and they should have resolved that at least a week ago. So that's a bit worrisome, no? Na up to now, wala pa silang decision which one is especially the minority party. Yung dominant ata, medyo alam na nila kung sino. Pero the minority party, parang hindi pa resolved kung alin.
The majority, the dominant majority is the one not resolved.
Dominant majority.
Yeah. Opo, baliktad. All right, we've run out of time. I just want to say thank you to Mr. Lagman and Ambassador Tita De Villa for all your work throughout these years, decades even. And as I said a while ago, good luck to all of us. Let's all vote on Monday.
Thank
Maraming
you to
salamat
you
po
too.
sa inyong dalawa.
Pinky. Thank you for all your good work.
Okay.
Thank you po.
Salamat. Good luck to all. God bless us.
And thank you for joining us here on The Source. I'm Pinky Webb. You're watching CNN Philippines.